Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, and we're glad to have you with us for another video. We were asked a few times by a couple people to show how that I made the sling in the video that I showed on slinging. And so I want to do that for you today to show you how to craft the sling. Now there's a few ways to do it. A lot of people use two pieces of cordage and tie the wefts back into the warps. We're going to do it with a single piece of cordage to show you how to weave a sling out of 550 paracord. Now I've got about 20 foot of paracord here, and this is overkill. You don't need 20 foot, but I'm going to use this because it's what I have, and we'll cut the ends off when we get done. First thing I'm going to do is to lay out a little grid here, and these nails will help me to keep my cordage all separated while I'm doing the initial weaving process. Down the road we'll be able to take that off. What we have are 3 nails and then 2 nails on this side, and those are about 4 to 5 inches apart, and I've got 2 nails here to give my sling depth. The sling is basically going to come from a point into a diamond shape like this. What we do is take about 3 foot of sling, and we start to come around these nails just to lay this out. And again, the nails are there for a gauge to help us to lay it out properly. Now once that I have that laid out, what I do is I take the 3 foot piece, and I'm going to take that 3 foot piece and wrap underneath of the other cords up by this nail. Wrap that underneath and come back through it, and you can see that that's going to make a loop in that cordage. So far so good. We've got a loop in the cordage. Now I'm going to actually take these 2 loops, put them together, and pull the cordage right up through those 2 loops. This locks the end in so that we have something that we can work with. And then we'll just slide that up and tighten that until it's real tight. Then I'm just going to slip that loop back over top of my nail there. And we'll finish tightening this up at the end of the video. That's okay for right now. So now you can see that I've got 6 pieces of string. And the one got twisted, so I'm just going to turn this over to make it lay out. And you can see 6 separate pieces of cordage here. Alright, so this is what we're going to use to weave in and out. We're going to use these as our weavers. Now, in order to do this, what I do is take the remaining piece of cordage, and I just come over. I'll tighten this up a bit more here. I begin. I'm going to actually do it from the center. The reason I do it from the center is because that makes it easy to get my strings lined up where they need to be the first 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to come under, over, under, over, under, over. Just a simple weave. And we'll pull all that through, and we'll leave it loose for right now. We don't have to go in and tighten it up too tight right now. Then we'll just come around again right next to that. We'll go under, over, under. And the most important thing here is to keep your cords straight. Which piece is which. That's why I do it out in the center here, so that I don't mix up. And we'll just pull that one through for a minute. And again, don't worry about tightening it up to the top yet. The time will come for that. Right now we're just trying to get a couple laid out so that we have. What I've done is I've made about 4 or 5 passes of that over and under weave. And what we're going to do now is to start to tighten it up. The tightening up you want to do, you don't want to get it real tight. You want to have the sling to have play in it to make a nice pocket. But we're going to tighten it up against the edge, and let me show you how to do that. What I'm going to do is take this extra nail that I have, And I'm just going to start to pull these down tight up to the end, and as we do there'll be a little bit of give that we need to take out of there, but we're just going to tighten all these weaves up until we've got them semi close together. Again, right now we're in the very first stages of this, so we're not even worried about getting it to where it's ultra tight yet. We're just getting it laid in so that we have a little bit of room to play with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue just to pull these in and to tighten these up, and then I'm going to continue weaving a little bit, and once that I get it woven in just a little bit more, I'm going to get it up to these nails. Then we'll be back with you to show you how we finish off the second half.